Hello, guys. So, this week we're going to discuss and you will make your review of related literature. So, ilang slides lang to, samahan nyo ko. You could make your RRL in no time, no? Pwede nyo siya ikram ng isang gabi. Anyway, I will reveal secrets, no? So, watch until the end. So, kamusta na ang mga group leaders dyan? Kaway-kaway ang mga group leaders. Group members, kamustahin nyo naman ang group leaders nyo, no? Baka ganito na ang itsura nila. I'm trying to find a meme o a picture of a confused or stressed group leader, no? Pero kasi baka kaninong picture pa yung mahanap ko, no? So, I just chose mine. So, kamustahin nyo naman, no? Pakapihin nyo naman yung mga group leader nyo and assistant leaders, no? So, this week, no, it's very hard. And I pray na sana walang masyadong revisions, no? So, ang best sana gawin nyo na ng maganda isang beses lang, no? Kasi pag pinarevise, naku, back to the drawing board again, no? So, do your best the first time. So, what is RRL, no? So, it is used to evaluate existing studies. So, you need to read. Walang doon, walang shortcuts, no? You have to read, pero good news, you don't have to read the whole paper, no? You could just read the abstract, no? Before proceeding to the rest of the paper. So kung related yung study nyo based on reading the abstract, then go on read the rest of the paper. So you evaluate existing studies that are related to your topic or your problem. You highlight the gaps. What does gap mean? Yan. Sabi, every time na lang, no? Basta nagkikita tayo, baka lagi kong na babanggit what are the gaps of the study. Pag sinasabi mong gaps of the study, areas which are not thoroughly explored or investigated, no? So may mga puwang ba yung mga study, no? May mga areas ba na hindi masyadong na-study at yun ang gusto mong aralin, no? Are there? Kaya ka magbabasa ng maraming paper, may conflicting findings ba? No? Kasi yun yung pwede mong bagong i-offer sa study to settle conflicting findings, no? To justify the need of your research. Because that's the whole role of your intro, RRL, significance of the study. Basically, you are making a case for your research, no? Sinasabi mo, dear panel, this research is worth doing, no? May saysay ang research na to, no? It analyzes the trends and provides insights, no? You're not merely just paraphrasing the findings, no? But kaya nga marami kang studies na binabasa what are the patterns you are seeing? What are the trends that you are seeing, no? Ano kaya yung mga methods na ginagamit nila? Pwede mo kayang gayahin yung mga methods? O yung methods nila palya, gusto mo i-improve? Ganon, no? And this is what is good about RRL, no? We don't want to duplicate efforts. Nagawa na nga nila ba't mo pa uulitin, no? You provide something new, no? That you could contribute to the body of knowledge, not just a copycat of what has been done, no? So these are the step-by-step process of an RRL. So sundin nyo lang to, makakagawa kayo ng RRL in no time, no? So first is define your research topic and objectives. So congrats sa mga meron na, no? Pero napansin ko yung mga meron na naglalaylo, no? Walang masyadong grit, no? Kasi meron na kaming topic na petiks-petiks na kami. But so after, dapat memorize nyo, no, yung topic nyo, tsaka yung objectives nyo. Now, break down your topics or objectives in keywords, no? So this is an example of a study that I published in my master thesis. So demographic profile of knowledge demographic profile, knowledge, attitude, and practices of blood donors in low middle income country. Ganyan yung title, nilagyan ko ng in low middle income country. Pero sa totoo, sa Baguio City, Philippines lang yan. Kasi yung course ko nga sa UP is international health. So it should sound very international health, no? So it's a low middle income country. So that's the Philippines, no? Low middle income tayo. So break down your topic or objective into keywords, no? So hanapin niyo yung mga keywords. Pag nakagawa na kayo ng mga keywords, yan, blood donors in low middle income countries, blood donors or blood donation in Philippines, blood donors in Baguio City, or CAR, problems with blood donors, knowledge attitude problem studies in blood donation. So, yun, nung lahat to galing sa topic and sa objective. So, itong mga to na yung i-input ko sa mga um, sa comprehensive literature search, no? So once you have your keywords, no, ito na yung mga input mo dito sa PubMed, sa Google Scholar, sa Perplexity, sa SciSpace, no? So conduct a comprehensive literature research, no? So yung keywords mo specific, if you could specify that it should not be older than 7 years, no? Kaya yan ng SciSpace, no? At saka Perplexity, I think, kaya nila yan. These are AI tools, no? So, para hindi naman kayo mahagard, no? Read the abstract only, no? Only if it piques your interest, dun mo lang basahin yung buong study. So, while reading, organize the studies. So, here as an example, mga group leader, assistant leader, no? Na pwede nyong, para hindi naman maduplicate yung efforts nyo, so, gumawa kayo ng Google Docs and share it to all the group mates and make a table with 3 columns. First column is the title of the research. Second column is the main findings. And third column is the link, no? Para hindi kayo pabalik-balik. O kaya hindi nauulit yung mga studies. Ayun. So guys, isa sa mga sikretong gusto kong i-reveal na talagang reliable sa research, but not necessarily legal, no? Huwag niyong sabihin galing sa akin, is the SciHub.se. Sa sobrang illegal nito, usually nag-iiba yung dot, .ji, .jw, whatever. Nag-iiba to, no? Because this is an illegal website that could open paid journals that you should pay for, no? So, secret na lang natin yan. Huwag niyo sabihin galing sa akin, no? I'm not proud of it, but it has been very useful. Okay? Next. So, ayun, gumamit ka na ng mga PubMed, Google Scholar. Google Scholar is reliable. Now, gamit yung mga keywords. Sinamarize nyo na sa Google Docs, lahat ng mga nahanap nyo now, no? So, ito yung mga role ng mga synthesizer sa group, no? Kung sana hindi maghahanap ng literature si leader, no? Members ang gagawa nun. Si leader ang magsisynthesize, no? What are the main themes? What are the main categories that are usually are yung usually nabukang bibig ng mga studies, no? So, sa mga na yon, findings or themes na nakita nyo, could you make a subheading or a subtopic? So, para sabi ko nga sa inyo, dapat hindi lang may masabi, no? Dapat may intention ang bawat paragraph, no? So, for my research, these are the goal of my paragraph. Ito yung mga gusto kong i-discuss sa paragraph based on blood donation, no? So I want to discuss the problem of decreasing frequency of blood donors, especially in times of pandemic. Ibig sabihin, kumukunti yung amount of blood donors or of voluntary blood donors at hindi nare-retain. So, konti lang ang repeat donors. Parang ganun kasi yung discuss ko dyan eh. And How many are the voluntary blood donors in low middle income countries? What is the status, no? Marami bang nagdo-donate sa Southeast Asia, sa Pinas, no, sa CAR, dapat nilagay ko yung Cordillera sa Baguio. Yan. So paragraphs 2 to 4 is what are the existing literature? Sa paragraph 1 nilagay ko what are the gaps, no? Ano yung kulang sa mga studies? What else? What how how is it how to best manage the blood donors, no? Pagka nag-donate sila, tapos na ba? How could a facility maximize their current donor pool? Ganon. At ang sinenthesize ko rin is, kamusta ang knowledge, attitude, practices, studies ng ibang researchers from different countries, ganon. Are there contradictions? Are there similarities? Who tends to donate? Babae ba? Lalaki? Ganyan. Ganon. So, and of course, lagi dapat may conclusion, no? What is yet to be explored? What is new to your study? What is new? What could you offer, no? In the study. What are the weaknesses of the existing literature? Sa nabasa nyo, parang ano yung gusto nyong improve? And what is new to your study? What is something new you could offer? Ganon. No? So, analyze, synthesize. Are there patterns? Are there trends? Are there contradictions? Nag-away-away ba yung mga literature? No? And cite your sources using APA 7th edition format, no? Use parenthetical in-text citation. Yung in-text citation naka parenthesis, I'll show you. So just like what I recommended is use scriber.com to create the yung listahan para sa bibliography and your in-text citation, no? So itong ganito, itong mahabang to, yung Naranha, yung mga authors, ito mga ano ko to, advisor and panel. That 2021, title of the study, name of the journal, page, tapos yung link. No, itong mga to nilalagay po sa references, sa bibliography, no, or references, no. Sa dulo po ito nilalagay. But, no, every paraphrase statement, maglalagay ka ng parenthetical citation, no, or in-text citation. Ma'am, pwede bang gawin yung according to Naranha et al. Parenthesis 2021, no? Pwede naman, pero wag, no? Because the problem is, if I will run it to plagiarism checker, parang hindi niya kayang mag-check unless it's in parenthesis, no? Pumapangit yung result ng plagiarism checker. So, yun, nagrarun ako ng plagiarism checker. So, mas best po is use parenthetical in-text citation. Okay ba tayo doon? Alright? So, I screenshot my study. The blue ones are all parenthetical in-text citation. Matapos ko sabihin yung synthesis ng study nila is sinasite ko. No? Sunod-sunod yan. Grabe. Rami-rami na, no? If there are two authors, yan, use an ampersand. Alam ko to. If there are if there are more than three authors et al. Pero tingnan nyo, three authors lang yung study ko pero in et al na niya. No? So baka na-update na yung APA 7 format. So if there is more than two authors, use et al already. Okay? So et dot al dot comma 2021. I don't want you to do this manually. No? Lagi kayong gumamit ng Scriber. Okay? Or other citation tools. Please, wag magmamanual citation. Right? So, ang bilis. No? Now, work together. You can do this. Make the draft of your RRL. No? I believe in you. Bye-bye.